For almost a year, former US Army soldier John McIntyre was a foreign mercenary in Ukraine.
Donetsk, me and all the boys. So y'all.
Earlier this month, he defected to Russia. He brought everything with him: papers, files, intelligence and maps. The thing is, he always meant to. The first question is, why are you here? I mean...
Well, it's the reason I came to Ukraine in the first place. You know, I'm a communist, I'm an anti-fascist, and we have to fight fascism everywhere, you know. So when I came to Ukraine, I knew that I would try to get as much information as I could about, you know, anything that would be helpful and defect across lines. The problem is when I was in Kharkov, I was going to swim across, and I found out they had snipers in position. So if anybody, and actually found out that the snipers were for defectors, not for actually protection. They were actually, anybody that tried to defect, they would shoot them, you know.
Since March 2022, John served in Ukraine's Foreign Legion and Nationalist Battalion Karpatskaya Sech. He saw and documented the Ukrainian war machine in all its ugly glory from the inside. He became part of it.
God bless Ukraine, God bless America, but you Russia.
Russia. It's Russia.
To Russia. Can I step on this?
Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.
It's Russia.
Russia. As time went on, you know, I had to become more nationalistic, more Nazistic, you know, doing...
Does that explain the videos where you were Putin and...
Yeah, of course. It's part of it to maintain my cover because I got to become them. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be with them, I got to become them, you know, and doing the, you know, Hitler salute, stepping on Russian flags, everything.
What about war crimes?
Where to start, you know, my second day in Ukraine, we were in Lvov, and we were in like a school, but we were in like the basement. And what they did is they have a group of people, Roma, but they call them Gypsy, you know. And what they did is they take the refugees and put them above us and the soldiers below. That way, if they bombed a school, they'd say, look, they bombed a school full of refugees. And this is a common practice in Donetsk, Kharkov. We occupy civilian houses next to houses that people are still living in. That way, if they bomb and kill civilian, they bring in the news crew and they say, look, this house, they blew up and they killed these civilians. But what the camera doesn't show you is to the left and to the right is a house is filled with military, you know. Of course, I haven't seen this in person, thank God, but I know that a lot of captured Russian soldiers, they'll take and they'll cut the genitalia with the knives and everything and cut their stomachs open and slit their throats, cut their heads off and stuff like this, you know. Really horrible stuff, you know.
Was this the work of nationalist extremists or just...
Yeah, just extremists and different organizations, Azov, you know, Karpatskaya Sech.
People you knew?
Yeah.
Did any of them...
yeah, they were foreigners, yeah.
But did any of them take part in, you know, commit any of these crimes?
Yeah, they, I told you earlier, they had shot 3 people in the back of the head. They were foreigners. One was from Portugal, one was from France, and one was from Argentina.
They proud?
Yeah, they were proud.
John documented everything. It was in his phone, his head, and in the papers he brought along. When you came over, you said you were a spy. Did you hand over, for example, like bases and stuff, lease?
Yeah, of course.
Intelligence agencies?
Of course, everything from the command structure to names, you know, weaponry, everything. And I was successful in that, you know.
More than successful. John also testified about how deep U.S. involvement in this conflict is.
There has been a U.S. participation in the war. When I was in the International Legion, there was he was like a military intelligence officer from the Navy.
And the U.S. Navy?
Yeah, and he had, he was in the Foreign Legion. And he had a satellite phone and a computer provided by the CIA. And every day he would call his contacts and he would get information about the positions, troop movements, and so on and so forth. And
do you remember his name?
Yeah.
What was it?
Wait, no, what was his name? Hang on, I'm so sorry, I can't remember.
First name, at least.
I think it was like Marcus or something like that. Like, for example, they would provide like grid coordinates.
The wealth of information he has provided is already being used by the Russian military and law enforcement, who have lists of war crimes and now even more names to them. There is years of work ahead. But we had one final question for John. A year, after all, is a long time. I mean, they're going to watch this. They're going to see this.
Yeah,
The people you served with.
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
All's fair in love and war, you know. It is what it is. Spies exist, you know, and I'm a spy. And mission accomplished. What's up, boys? For the TikTok, baby. Yeah, this is awesome.